Welcome to Norway and welcome to the land of the midnight sun, but also the land of electric vehicles. You may be wondering why Norway has so many electric cars. Well, they are everywhere since we have so much oil. I'm going to tell you everything, so please follow me.
Picture Oslo streets. Clean air, a gentle hum, and nearly every car is electric. This isn't a futuristic fantasy, it's daily life in Norway's capital. Teslas, Volkswagens, and Nissans glide silently, plugged into the city's fabric. The internal combustion engine feels like a relic here. In Oslo, electric cars aren't the alternative, they're the norm. How did a major oil-exporting nation become the world's electric car leader? It's no accident. Deliberate choices, long-term planning, and a collective will made this possible. Norway's EV story is about people, policy, and a vision for a cleaner future. The city is a living laboratory for what's possible when a nation commits to change. Let's uncover how Norway put its streets on the path to an all-electric future. Norway isn't the biggest EV market by total numbers, but it leads the world in EVs per person. Over 80% of new cars sold here are fully electric, a mainstream, not a niche. More than 1 in 3 cars on Norwegian roads is electric, surpassing petrol cars. This didn't happen overnight, it's the result of decades of clear government vision. Norway tackled climate change and air pollution by making EVs irresistible. High taxes on polluting cars, big tax breaks for clean ones, and expensive gasoline tipped the scales. The system makes electric the logical choice for Norwegians. Norway's strategy proves a nation can steer itself towards sustainability. It's a global example of how incentives and policy can drive rapid change. The secret? Make the clean choice the easy choice. Over 80% of new passenger cars sold in Norway are fully electric. For Norwegians, the question isn't should I buy electric, but which electric car? This is a market transformation few countries can match. While others celebrate 10% EV sales, Norway's at 80%, an order of magnitude ahead. Years of growth pushed EVs from fringe to mainstream in just a decade. The best-selling cars are electric, from Tesla to Volkswagen to Chinese brands. The auto industry here now revolves around EVs. This single statistic, 80% new sales, drives Norway's rapid transformation. It's a tipping point that's reshaping the nation's roads and future. Norway's EV revolution is now the global benchmark. Today, over 30% of all passenger cars in Norway are fully electric. Nearly 1 in 3 cars, city, mountain, or coast, runs on batteries. The quiet hum of EVs is now the dominant sound in traffic. With new EV sales above 80%, the electric share grows every month. Electric cars have surpassed petrol cars. Diesel is next. Norway's aggressive push means the entire fleet is changing fast. By 2025, all new cars sold should be zero emission, and Norway's ahead of schedule. EVs are now the default, not the exception. This density drives demand for charging, services, and public acceptance. The electric revolution is visible, tangible, and deeply rooted in daily life. Norway leads the world in EVs per capita, more electric cars per 1,000 people than anywhere else. Here, EVs are everywhere. It's a different environment than the US or China. This isn't just early adopters, it's a national shift. Norway's journey began decades ago with policies supporting even the earliest low-range EVs. The government's sustained commitment set it apart from countries with short-lived incentives. Norway is a real-world lab for electric mobility, solving challenges others will face later. Managing grid load, battery recycling, and evolving tax policies are all part of the experiment. By going all in, Norway is creating a roadmap for the world. Its leadership is about more than numbers. It's about showing what's possible. Norway's EV story is a lesson for every nation hoping to follow. Norway's EV success starts with a simple rule: the polluter pays. High taxes on gasoline and diesel cars make them expensive, sometimes nearly double the sticker price. Taxes are based on weight and emissions, making polluting cars a costly choice. This system evolved over years, steering buyers toward cleaner options. The more a car pollutes, the more you pay. Simple and effective. Owning a fossil fuel car is costly. With road taxes and fees linked to emissions, the government created a problem: high costs for polluters, and offered EVs as the solution. In Norway, a car that's affordable elsewhere becomes a luxury if it pollutes. It's not about banning cars, but using economics to guide behavior. This foundational policy set the stage for Norway's electric revolution. Norway's game-changing policy made electric cars almost completely tax-exempt, while gasoline cars faced heavy taxes. This slashed EV prices, making them cheaper than many fossil fuel cars. Suddenly, going green wasn't just smart for the planet, it was the financially savvy choice for Norwegians. In Norway, owning an electric car comes with real perks, like using bus lanes to skip traffic, free or discounted parking, and even free charging at public stations. These daily benefits save time and money, making EV ownership feel like a smart life hack. For many Norwegians, these perks turn driving electric into a rewarding part of everyday life. Norway's high gasoline prices are no accident. They're a deliberate policy. Every fill-up is a reminder of the high cost of driving a fossil fuel car. Charging an EV at home is far cheaper, making the switch to electric a clear economic choice. In Norway, the age of cheap fossil fuel driving is over. The era of electric mobility is here to stay. Walk through Oslo today, and the first thing you notice is the sound, or rather, the lack of it. The roar of engines is gone, replaced by the gentle whir of electric motors and the chatter of people. Government policies have changed the city's soundscape, making it quieter and more peaceful. Alongside the quiet, the air is cleaner. Oslo's new normal and a glimpse of the future. The mass adoption of electric cars has required a physical rewiring of the city. Oslo's landscape is now dotted with a vast and visible network of charging infrastructure. You see it everywhere. Charging posts lining residential streets, fast charging hubs in petrol station forecourts, and dedicated charging zones in multi-story car parks. This infrastructure didn't appear by magic. It was built out through a combination of public investment and private enterprise, growing in lockstep with the number of EVs on the road. The city has actively worked to make charging as easy and accessible as filling up with gasoline used to be. For an EV driver in Oslo, range anxiety has become a thing of the past. The sheer density of charging points means you are almost always just a few minutes away from a place to top up. Apartment buildings are retrofitting their parking garages with charging solutions for every spot. Supermarkets offer charging while you shop. Workplaces provide it for their employees. This comprehensive network is crucial because it makes owning an EV practical for everyone, including those who live in apartments and don't have a private driveway. The policy becomes a reality when the infrastructure is there to support the choice it encourages. The visual language of the city has changed. The iconic designs of gas stations are now sharing space with, or being replaced by, sleek, modern charging stations. Some look like futuristic sculptures with digital screens and multiple charging cables. This visual transformation signals a deeper technological shift. It's a constant reminder that the city's energy diet is changing, moving away from imported fossil fuels and towards domestically produced, renewable electricity. Seeing your neighbor plug their car into the wall like a giant smartphone normalizes the technology and makes it feel approachable and simple. This rewiring extends to the power grid itself. Managing the energy demands of hundreds of thousands of electric cars, all charging at once, is a complex challenge. Norway is at the forefront of developing smart charging solutions that help balance the load on the grid. These systems can schedule charging for off-peak hours when electricity is cheaper and more plentiful. By tackling these infrastructural and grid-level challenges head-on, Oslo is demonstrating how a city can fully integrate electric mobility into its very core, turning policy into a functioning, reliable, and everyday reality for its citizens. In Norway, electric cars are simply the new normal. It's not just for tech enthusiasts. Everyone from grandmothers to taxi drivers drives one now. The electric car has become the default choice for a huge cross-section of the population. The policy worked because it's now woven into daily life, saving money, time, and making driving better for everyone. For years, Norway's generous tax breaks made electric cars a no-brainer. But now, as EVs dominate new sales, the government is phasing out these incentives. Starting in 2026, VAT will apply to pricier models, narrowing the gap with gasoline cars. The golden age of tax-free EVs is ending, but Norway's electric future is here to stay. Norway's electric car revolution brings new hurdles, grid strain, economic shifts, battery recycling, and social equity. Managing electricity demand and upgrading infrastructure is crucial. Businesses must adapt as petrol stations transform into energy hubs. Battery recycling systems are vital for sustainability. Ensuring everyone benefits from the transition is Norway's next big challenge. Norway's journey to becoming the world's electric vehicle capital shows the power of smart, long-term policy. By making polluting cars expensive and electric cars affordable, Norway changed the car-buying equation. Daily perks like bus lane access and free parking made EVs the obvious choice. Norway's success proves a cleaner future is possible, with vision, policy, and people working together. Norway's electric journey isn't over. The country now faces new challenges, upgrading infrastructure, managing the power grid, and building a battery recycling industry. Ensuring everyone can join the electric future is key. The road ahead is still electric, and the world is watching. Norway's stunning transformation serves as a powerful source of inspiration and a practical case study for the entire world. It has proven that rapid, large-scale change is possible. The quiet, clean streets of Oslo are a tangible glimpse into a future that other cities can aspire to. The key lesson is that technology alone is not enough. It must be supported by intelligent, courageous, and sustained policy. Norway's success was not a miracle. It was the result of a deliberate, well-executed plan that made the sustainable choice the easy choice for its citizens. This model can be adapted and applied by other countries willing to show similar ambition. Of course, Norway is a unique country. Its small population, significant sovereign wealth, and abundance of clean hydroelectric power provided it with advantages that not all nations share. However, the core principles of its strategy are universally applicable. The polluter pays principle can be implemented anywhere. Using tax systems to create a price difference between polluting and clean technologies is a fundamental economic tool. Investing in charging infrastructure to overcome range anxiety is a necessary step for any country serious about EVs. The Norwegian blueprint can be tailored to fit different national contexts. The Norwegian story forces other nations to look in the mirror and ask hard questions about their own commitment to a sustainable future. It challenges the notion that change must be slow and incremental. Norway has shown that when the incentives are strong enough, consumers are ready and willing to embrace new technologies far more quickly than many experts predict. The question for governments around the world is whether they have the political will to implement similarly bold policies that prioritize long-term environmental goals over short-term inertia and the interests of the fossil fuel industry. So, as we reflect on this incredible success story, the final question turns to you. Imagine you lived in a system like Norway's. A system where the electric car was cheaper to buy, cheaper to run, and more convenient to use in your daily life. A system where choosing electric was simply the smartest decision you could make for your wallet, your time, and your local environment. Would you drive electric? For hundreds of thousands of Norwegians, the answer has been a resounding yes. Their choice has reshaped a nation and offered a beacon of hope for a cleaner planet.